Good morning. This is the Great Basin prescribed fire and weather briefing for Friday, March 14th. Burn projects, current ones in the purple, recent natural fires in the yellow, and uh, the red circle indicates a recent but small natural fire here in northern Utah. Precipitation over the past 7 days, light to moderate amounts across the higher terrain of Utah, the Sierra, but by and large, a lot of areas in Nevada, for example, below normal precip. You see the percentages of normal on the right-hand side. Our fuels, kind of a weird mix at the moment. Still some of the driest fuels in the 11 to 14% in eastern and southeastern areas, but a lot of pockets, both in the south and in the north, of very moist fuels, where 100-hour fuels are greater than 20%. Our 3-month flash drought index overall for much of this winter still shows a deficit and a strong drought number here across the southern third of the geographic area. Our snowpack reflects that. Snowpack 40, 50, 60% of normal in our southern mountains, but most of the rest of the area near, if not slightly above normal. Now, the upper level map for this afternoon, another weak wave of low pressure moving into the western Great Basin. You see clouds around, some light precipitation in this vicinity of low pressure. Excellent overall dispersion areas in the white. You can see the minimum relative humidities somewhere between 30 and 50% in a lot of areas. Winds coming out of the south and southwest, strongest off the Sierra front and into central and southern areas of the Great Basin. Those are amplified with the transport winds here on the left, and then vertical mixing. This time of year, once you get into March and April, days are getting longer. The vertical mixing tends to be very good. We're seeing mixing levels here of 4, 5, 6,000 feet vertically. Now on Saturday, next wave of low pressure moves into the Pacific Northwest, into western Nevada. There will be some more clear skies further to the east. Again, excellent overall dispersion. All areas pretty much in the white. Minimum humidities, again, most areas on the right here are between 30 and 50%, but starting to dry out down south, near or below 20% down in southern Nevada. Winds will be surface winds strongest in northern Nevada and in parts of Idaho out of the west and southwest at maybe 12 to 22 miles an hour, and the transport winds even stronger in those areas. Vertical mixing, again, excellent. And then same pattern, we're kind of in a trough, but most of the moisture goes more into Idaho with this system, but still excellent overall ventilation or dispersion. Very strong surface winds coming into the western and northern portions of the Great Basin. See the humidity here on the right-hand side, drying out in a lot of southern areas. Very strong transport winds. These are also analogous to peak gusts, especially on the ridgetops, 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, where you see areas in the brown, and even further east, widespread transport winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour. 3-day precipitation totals mostly light, except locally moderate to heavy in the central Idaho mountains, and that could be a couple more feet of snow up there. On Monday, next low pressure area moves in. You see the areas in the green with clouds and moisture. Excellent overall dispersion again. That trough quickly moves past us. Drier air and high pressure starts building in on Tuesday. You see the decreasing dispersion across California. Still good across the Great Basin, but by the time we get into Wednesday, notice as high pressure builds overhead, our air quality or dispersion starts to decrease. A lot more yellows and reds on the map. But that quickly starts dissipating as another trough of low pressure approaches by the latter part of next week. Precipitation, this will be early next week, Monday morning through Wednesday morning, and then drying out a bit from Wednesday to Friday before the next weather system moves in the following weekend, but a lot of time between now and then. 7-day precipitation totals given through here, so everyone still moistens up. No one should be critically dry in the next 7 days or so, and the 8 to 14-day outlook, we'll go to the precipitation first on the right, a wetter than normal signal for at least 2/3, if not 3/4 of the Great Basin, a little drier than normal in the far south. Temperatures basically a little cooler than normal in the north, a little above normal in the south. Concludes our briefing. Have a great day. We'll be talking to you Monday morning.